Hello everyone, myself Pooja Chaudhary and I am a first year biotech student. In today's video, we are going to study about viroids. So first let us understand in a simple language that what are viroids. Okay, we all know about viruses. Viruses consist of genetic material, either RNA or DNA. Viruses also consist of this genetic material inside a protein coat which is called as capsid. So in comparison with viruses, viroids lack this protein coat which is the capsid, and viroids just consist of RNA as a genetic material. Let us see what is the definition of viroids. What are viroids? Viroids are small, circular RNA molecules that act as infectious agents in plants. Unlike viruses, viroids do not have a protein coat, that is capsid, and are composed solely of RNA. They do not encode proteins, relying completely on the host plant's cellular machinery for replication. Now let us talk about the characteristics of viroids. The first one is RNA based. Viroids are made up of RNA, not DNA. The RNA is typically small and circular, ranging from 246 to 399 nucleotides in length. The second one is no protein coat. We all know that unlike viruses, viroids lack a protein capsid. Third one is pathogenic nature. They cause diseases in plants, leading to symptoms such as leaf curling, stunted growth, and fruit deformities. Fourth, infectious. Viroids can spread within plant populations through mechanical transmission, insects, or contaminated tools. Let us look upon the importance of viroids. The first important thing is that it helps in understanding RNA biology. Viroids help scientists explore RNA folding, replication, and regulation processes, providing insights into how RNA can function autonomously without the need for proteins. Second one is plant disease study. Viroids are essential in understanding plants' disease, offering a model for studying the pathology of RNA-based infections in plants. Third one, it is helpful in molecular evolution. Viroids are among the simplest forms of genetic material, shedding light on how life may evolve from simple RNA. Biotechnological potential. Research on viroids can contribute to developing RNA interference (RNAi) techniques which have applications in gene silencing and biotechnology. Let's move on to how viroids replicate. How does a viroid enters and spread the disease in the plant? The first step is entry. Viroid RNA enters the plant cell via wounds or vectors. Vectors are basically carriers. Second step is replication. In host cell, the viroid uses RNA polymerase to replicate its circular RNA. The third step is amplification. Basically, amplification means multiplying. So, multiple copies of viroids are produced. Fourth step is transmission. The viroid moves through plant tissues via plasmodesmata or vascular tissue. Fifth step is pathogenesis. Disrupts the plant cellular mechanism and normal functions. Let us talk about the examples of viroid diseases. First one is potato spindle tuber viroid, PSTVD. It affects potatoes and other solanaceous plants, causes stunted growth and spindle-shaped tubers. Second one is citrus exocotrys viroid, CEVD. Affects citrus trees, leads to growth abnormalities and dieback in trees. Chrysanthemum stunted viroid, CSVD. Affects chrysanthemums, causes leaf curling and growth reduction. Basically, chrysanthemums are a flowering plant. Let's talk about the prevention and management of viroids. The first prevention method is sanitation. Regular cleaning of tools, equipments, and seeds to prevent mechanical transmission. Second step is quarantine. Isolation of infected plants to prevent spread. Third step is genetic resistance. Developing plant varieties resistant to viroids. Fourth step is chemical treatments. Limited options as viroids are RNA based and cannot be treated with typical antiviral drugs. So this is all about viroids. Thank you so much for listening and watching my video.